What is up, Apex Nation? And welcome back to some more Danganronpa. Hope you guys are having a great day. Make sure you do everything this thing right down here is telling you to do. And check the description for places such as the Discord and the Patreon. But check them out. You never know if there's a place you want to hang out with. So last time, we pursued the lie. And we got a weird ending where Hina had a baby with the remaining 3 guys. But now, we're going to let it go. I made my decision. I have to believe in Kyoko. There's no way she would kill someone. There has to be some secret here. Something that has to do with the Mastermind's trap that Kyoko mentioned.
Does no one have a rebuttal? Have you decided to accept her assertion as fact?
I still think you're the killer.
I see. So you still refuse to accept it. I suppose we have to admit that Kyoko didn't put the locker key in her room. That it was someone else.
But who else could it have been?
Yeah.
I mean, Byakuya had a room key, right?
You! What are you trying to imply?
But of course, I have an alibi. From nighttime on, I was with you guys the entire time. I couldn't possibly have killed anyone, or put the key in Kyoko's room.
Well, someone had to put the key in there.
There's only one other possibility I can think of. Someone could have had the key on them, then once they arrived at the scene, pretended to find it there.
What? It had to be Makoto, right?
I don't see any other option.
Wait a second. You've got it all wrong. Let's think about it one more time. There's gotta be a hidden side to this case.
Huh? A hidden side?
First of all, there's something off about this entire trial. You all see it, don't you? Mukuro, who we didn't even know existed, suddenly shows up dead. And then we're thrown into a trial. And Kyoko even said, it's a trap the Mastermind set for us. So that's why this has to be...
Okay, time's up!
What is happening?
Huh?
Time's up! Class trial's all over! Everyone can stop talking now!
What? Time's up?
What do you mean time's up? There's no time's up. Since when have we...
It's because you were late, so we had to push back the start time. So then, it's time for voting time, okay? Everyone, please vote using the lever in front of you!
Voting time?
Well, Makoto's dead. Wait, what? That's the... That was the actual trial? Thank you.
Now, who will be chosen as the Blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
Since when do I not have to map out the scene of the crime and pull lever? What?
Hey, hold on!
Yeah.
What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
You're gonna vote me, Makoto. Why? Well, okay. Oh, nice knowing you all. Makoto's dead. What? You think I'm the killer? Sorry, man.
Sorry.
Hina. It's all your fault. Everyone, you're wrong. You've got it all wrong. I didn't do it.
Yes, indeed.
Good job, everyone. Good job.
Yep.
You got it right? No, that's not true. None of this makes any sense. The whole trial doesn't make any sense.
Hey!
It makes perfect sense.
Shing!
It's the same as always. It's just like all the other class trials, and I'm gonna end it the same way.
Thrills! Chills! Kills!
It's time for the heart pound and positivity punishment. Wait, why do I? Kyoko!
I don't expect you to forgive me. I know this is all my fault.
Kyoko?
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
What is happening? No! Don't push button! No! Bad you! Oh, boy. Makoto, fight back! Punch him! Okay, never mind. What's gonna be Makoto's punishment? He's waiting. Oh, this one? Same one we saw with Kyoko. I'm lost. I'll tell you that right now. I am lost. Do-do-do. 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 I don't know how this is gonna end. After school lesson. So confused. What? We're alive.
What?
What's this? What's going on? Hey, was that? Yeah, it had to be.
This is...
Alter ego? Alter ego? Is this some stupid virus from that stupid guy? He must have planted it when he invaded my network. Dang it all to heck. I don't believe this.
It would seem...
It seems you finally made a miscalculation. No, you miscalculated from the very beginning.
What the heck?
What was that?
In other words,
What I'm saying is, shouldn't have misunderestimated us. There was no miss there. What are you talking like you already won? I barely felt a thing. That was a pinch. An itch. The stupid virus is gone now. Got it? And so is Makoto. Makoto, maybe I didn't get to smash him flat, but you're never gonna see him again. To waste away in a garbage-strewn pit in a way that's an even better special punishment. But it's still not enough. I'm still not satisfied. I'm still gonna bring despair to the rest of you. Bring despair to the entire world. Who killed... What? Someone got away with it. They win. Is he gone? Hey, Kyoko, what's the meaning of this? Just what the heck is going on?
calm down.
It's okay. We're not the ones being trapped this time.
In other words,
Now, it's the mastermind that's ensnared.
What did you say?
What are you talking about?
so...
You'll understand soon enough. Very soon indeed. I am confusion. The massive high school towers over all of the buildings in this bustling urban area. It's like the school stands at the center of the entire world. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-ish floors, maybe, but we're only on 5. I don't know. Post Peak Academy, it brings in top students from every field imaginable, a government-funded school of privilege. They say that if you come here and manage to graduate, you'll be set for life. With hundreds of years of tradition, it sends the cream of the crop into the workforce every year. It was built to the rise, hope in the nation future, which means Hope's Peak is a pretty fitting name. Yep, what is happening here? There are two things you need to attend this school. One, you've already been attending high school. Two, you have to be your very best at what you do. No ordinary student can enroll here. The only way you're in is if you're scouted to the school itself. In attending there standing at the gates, ultimate school, blah, blah, blah. It was me. Can we stop that? Thank you. No. What the heck? Where am I? What? Where am I? I woke up with my head resting on top of a hard-wooden desk. My body felt heavy. It wouldn't be weird for me to zonk off in the middle of some boring class or whatever, but what was I doing asleep here just now? It wasn't any classroom I've ever been in before. What the heck is going on? Gah! Finally. I could finally feel my mind and body start coming back together again. And then I was awake. Or was this just another dream? A dream inside of a hopeless nightmare? No, this isn't a dream. I could tell, because the stench invading my nostrils was too powerful for a dream. What an awful smell. I was in a vast, dark cavern, with the barest hint of light seeping in. Trash was piled high across the area. A specific kind of underground garbage pit. What the heck of a situation to find myself in. But that was just the beginning of my problems. I was going to be stuck in there till I wasted away and died? Was I, that is? No, I cannot let that happen. Not after what my good friend went through to save me. I remember it all too well what had happened. Alter Ego saved me. And he used up the last little bit of his strength to do it. So I can't give up now. For myself and for my friend. And with that, my pursuit of survival began. First up was to look for a way out of here. Okay. Is that an aeroplane? How'd something like that wind up in the school garbage pit? Is that a desk? It's probably the one that fell down with me. Is that a rocket in a tank? Better not think too much about what I'm seeing down here. It's like all the execution stuff. Rattle, rattle. It's locked. Rattle, rattle. No matter how many times I pushed or pulled or kicked at it, it didn't budge. Getting out of here wasn't going to be that easy. Well, if I'm not getting out of here anytime soon, I decided to look around for some food. There's plenty of food here, but it's all rotten. But that was pointless too. Next, I searched for some water. How can I be sure which liquids I can drink and which ones are all around bad idea? Again, pointless. I feel like I'm blocked in on all sides. But that's still not enough reason to give up because I'm still alive. As long as I'm alive, I'll never give up. After making that proud declaration, the next thing I decided to do was go to sleep. My sleep was deep and uninterrupted. That was my only way to preserve what little strength I had left. After not being able to eat or drink, I can't be sure, but I think at least a full day had passed. All I did was sleep and sleep. It was like I was waiting for some kind of sign to come falling out of the sky. However, what fell from the sky wasn't a sign, not exactly. Got a crunch. What the? A strange sound pierced my silent isolation, jarring me awake. As I watched, the pile of garbage jostled and formed an odd shape. Did something fall down over there? Something fell from above. What could it have been? Hello? Did a giant piece of trash just fall down here? I carefully stretched my hand out towards whatever it was that tumbled down here, and with me,
Just a second.
a giant piece of trash. Rude. Before she even emerged from the pile of garbage, I knew who it was. Kyoko! Hey, you got ramen on your head.
Smells awful.
Mm-hmm. And it's on your head. Kyoko?
Indeed.
You look like you're doing better than I expected. What are you doing here?
So,
Isn't it obvious? I'm here to help you. Glad you to hear that, Kyoko. You got a bit of garbage in your hair. She gave her head a quick, sharp shake to get rid of the trash and faced me again.
Hey,
First, I have something for you. Go ahead and eat it. We can talk once you're finished. Thank you. You snatched it. Within seconds, it was in my mouth and making its way to my stomach. Woo! I really hit the spot. Now, I've got all the energy I need to keep going. So you still haven't given up then? Of course not. After all, the fact that I can keep going forward is all that about does. I'm good. Yep. Well, that's such a bad thing to be good at. Okay. Trash. There's an unbelievable amount of trash here. Well, she needed a soft cushion. But, Kyoko, why did you come to rescue me?
so
To pay a debt, or no, to atone. Atone?
you...
During the trial, even though you knew I was lying, you didn't say anything. Well, yeah, technically I did. So, you knew that I knew. Also, why wasn't that not an achievement? I got a secret ending. That should have been an achievement. So you know that I knew.
Indeed.
But even though I knew, I did nothing to help you.
I
abandoned you. Don't say that. You didn't abandon me. No, that's exactly what I did. I abandoned you in order to save my own life. You were trying to save me, and I couldn't bring myself to do the same for you. Did you find out what's with that class trial? Who won? Someone won, because we didn't kill her. Someone won.
However,
But listen, not that I'm trying to make excuses, but there was a reason I had to survive it no matter the cost. Why'd you have to survive?
it's true.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you everything. See, that makes no sense. It's like, if you don't get it right, we all die. What is happening? The reason I have to
In
survive
other words,
is that I could do what I came to the school to do. You are like the ultimate detective, aren't you? What? I made up my mind to come to Hope Peak Academy for one very important reason. So you have some reason for coming to Hope Peak?
indeed.
That's right. At least I did once. Once?
I...
So recently, I've forgotten what it was. You forgot? But that's... I had no memory of what my purpose was. No memory? That's impossible. Amnesia? Then, is it really true you lost your memory?
Makoto.
Do you remember, Makoto? Do you remember the first thing that happened to each of us as soon as we arrived at the school? The first thing? You talk about when we fainted, right? I fainted. When I woke up, I was trapped
That's
here.
right.
I fainted too. And when I woke up, I noticed a strange feeling of separation within myself, a disconnect.
It would seem...
Thinking back on it now, at that point, my memory was gone. Gee. At that time, I'd forgotten. I couldn't remember why I come to the school, and I couldn't remember what my ultimate ability was. But what would make you forget all
Hey.
that? Strange, isn't it? It's hard to imagine it happened by chance. It seemed much too convenient. Are you saying you think you lost your memory because...
Indeed.
I don't think, I'm positive it was the work of the mastermind. They stole my memory! But why... Why would they want to do that? There's only one reason I can come up with. Because my purpose, my ability, somehow, they would interfere with the mastermind's plan. So the mastermind just stole them from me.
However,
And it could also mean, somehow, my memories may be connected to the mystery of the school and the mastermind. Which is why I have to get them back. That's why I've been investigating things by myself this whole time. But if what you say is true, why didn't you ask the rest of us to help you?
why is that?
If I did that, and we all worked as one, the mastermind would have noticed right away. Plus, there's always a chance that the mastermind is actually one of us. What?
Correct.
Well, don't make too big a deal of it. It's just a possibility. But since it is a possibility, we can't ignore it, right? The mastermind, one of us. If she believed that, then of course she wouldn't trust anyone around her. In which case, it only makes sense that she would look into her missing memory by herself.
However,
That being said, there was a limit to what I could do by myself, which is why I asked you to help me. But why me? Because among everyone, you were least likely to be the mastermind. That was just intuition, but, I see. Your intuition was right, though. There was no way an ordinary kid like me could have been the mastermind.
I understand. I should understand everything.
My goal isn't to get out of here. It's to stay here.
Gah! It's just like the dream I had before. Why did that just happen?
Listen,
Aye. Oh, yeah, it's something. It is nothing, right?
hey,
Even now, I still trust you, you know? It's just, I'm not used to relying on others.
correct.
I know I never asked you for help right away, so I understand you're not convinced. Honestly, I was convinced. I think that's just her personality. You said you had a reason for doing all that investigation on your own? So, how'd that turn out? Were you able to remember anything?
So,
I think there's still a lot I don't remember. But at the very least, I finally was able to recall my purpose and my ability. You mentioned your ability. My ability, what everyone should have known from me, is I'm the ultimate detective. It kind of made sense. The ultimate detective?
correct.
Hey, that was in my head. That was blue text. That was in my head. You can't say correct. You're not a mind reader. And the reason I came to Havoc Academy was there's someone I had to find here at the school. You had to find someone? Heh.
So,
Well, it was the headmaster of Havoc Academy. The headmaster? Why did you want to find the headmaster? Because he's my Faja. What?
in other words,
I was separated from him as a child, and as it turns out, he became the headmaster of Hope's Kyoko's daddy is the headmaster of Hope's Peak. Then that explains when Alter Ego told us how he thought the headmaster was involved.
I,
I'll find a way.
no
No matter what it takes, I'll find the headmaster.
matter what,
So,
Kyoko, what's going on? My memory hadn't come back at that point, but when he said that, I felt strange. It makes perfect sense now, of course, since my whole purpose was coming here was to find him. That makes sense.
however,
But listen, Makoto, I want to make this perfectly clear. There's no misunderstanding. I said the headmaster wasn't the mastermind, but I didn't say that to protect him. I only said that I felt based on what I seen when I stuck into the headmaster's room. Then what did you see in there?
so,
The room had been ransacked. The shelves were a mess, the desk drawers dumped on the floor. The only conclusion is that someone who didn't know where anything was had been in there. You mean the mastermind, right?
it's true.
That was my assumption, yes. And to confirm my suspicion, I decided to investigate the second floor of the dorms using the key I found. But why there? Because I also found this in the headmaster's room. And there's some kind of map.
Indeed.
It's a layout of the entire Hopespeak Academy. I found it in the headmaster's room along with Makoto's profile in that key. The map showed that the second floor was a home to a number of rooms meant for faculty use. Oh. Some of the staff must have had to stay overnight from time to time. And I figured the headmaster would have some kind of private room there. I assumed that if that were true, that room would likely have had more clues, so I went to
Correct.
check. And that's when I finally remembered. I remembered my purpose was to find the owners of that room. So you weren't there to see if the headmaster really did have a private room there,
However,
but once I got there, I noticed that the second floor of the dorms didn't have any cameras or monitors. So what was it like, the part of the school, I mean? It's hard to describe. All I can say is, the moment I saw it, I realized whatever's going on in this school is more horrific than I could ever have imagined. What do you mean?
so,
I can't explain it. You need to see it for yourself, and I'm sure you'll get the chance soon enough. Well, you definitely got my curiosity. It sounds like it must be important. And really ominous.
however,
Of course, once I got to the second floor dorms, there's no cameras and monitors, which is why I had no idea what was going on in the rest of the building. It has to do with the Mirakura.
however,
Just to be perfectly clear, I didn't kill it. Yeah, who did? And I know it wasn't you either. Yeah, so someone won. I know you're right, but that just means everyone but you and me had an alibi, so then who did kill her?
anyway,
What I can say for sure is that the mastermind is directly involved. So the mastermind killed him. Her. To begin with, the point of the class trial of the Makuro was to get me killed. Get you killed?
Indeed.
I stole that key and disappeared. In relation, they wanted to draw me out and eliminate me.
Correct.
That was the point of the class trial. It was? So wait, you just said the mastermind could very well be one of us, and the only one of us, unless there's another one of those keys around, that could have done all that was Byakuya. So Byakuya is the headmaster. Probably has all the connections. He's got the family ties and all that to make that a reality. You mean because of the school regulations?
That's right.
Exactly. Within minimum restrictions, you are free to explore Hope's Peak Academy at your discretion.
In other words,
And the headmaster also said one of us is writing the rules. And Byakuya just made the assumption. Okay, maybe. The mastermind is adamant about following the rules, and with that rule in place, they couldn't step in. Since they couldn't kill me themselves, yeah, Byakuya is all about making this fair. He said that many times. He wants us to be fair. What's the point of this game if it's too easy? That's what he said. Okay. Since they couldn't kill me themselves, they tried to use the class trial to do it. The mastermind couldn't step in because of the rules. That makes it sound like the mastermind himself is somehow bound by the school regulations.
hey,
There's one other thing I'd like to point out about the murder of Makuro. What is that? There's a point where Makuro may not have become a victim. It could have been you, Makoto. I could have been the victim?
indeed.
You know what I'm talking about, right? Do you mean when you were standing over me? Looking at my body during the night? I heard them. I could hear them, you know? The footsteps of the god of death. What? I can hear the god of death as he moves. The ability naturally draws me into cases just like this.
Anyway,
Which is exactly what happened with you. I was in the dorms and I had a sudden sense of dread. I looked down at the stairwell and saw a white shadow across the corridor. I gave chase right away, and as I followed it, I saw the shadow go into your room. Which I probably didn't have
Correct.
locked. Ran into your room and I saw what was happening. I intervened immediately, of course.
however,
And that wasn't the end of things, of course. I stopped them, but that led to... whoever the mass assailant was, they ended up dead.
correct.
And their murder was disguised. And the dojo key wound up in my room. It all has to be the work of the mastermind and attempt to use a class trial to eliminate. Yeah, Byakuya. I got it. I figured it out. So what all this would mean is that whoever killed Makuro is also the mastermind, right?
Indeed.
I don't have conclusive evidence, but that's what I think. So that's really bad if it's true. It means the mastermind can kill whoever they want whenever they feel like it. Wait, but doesn't that create another contradiction? The mastermind wanted to use the class trial to try to kill you because they couldn't interfere, right?
Correct.
That is the contradiction. And it's not just Makuro. They needed the class trial to kill me, but seemed to be ready to kill you in your room. Everything they did is a contradiction. So what does this all mean?
In other words,
It means that the mastermind is the only one who's been cornered.
Makoto.
Just a little more. A little more and I should be able to figure out the mastermind's identity. The identity of the other ultimate despair. The other ultimate despair? There's no doubt that Makuro was the ultimate despair and that she's dead. But I don't think the ultimate despair is just one person. It's not.
Indeed.
Think about it. The ultimate despair seems to indicate whoever causes the event.
That's
You're talking
right.
about what happened a year ago. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. The tragedy. Whoever is responsible for that. The ultimate
It
despair.
would seem
That despicable group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. Then there
indeed.
make no sense. They're the root of all evil that has forced us to go through this. That is the ultimate despair. And that is our real enemy. pain of a junk food junkie. You made it seem like Hina's gonna die. Dare you? Well, everyone's still alive. No one died. No one that we knew about. Okay. Sure. Sure. Achievement! 5 alive. There's 6 alive there. Achievement. It literally said the number 6. The ultimate despair. A group of people who caused a tragedy 1 year ago. Those same people put together this killing game and began broadcasting it around the world. The most desperately awful group of people ever. That is the Mastermind's true identity. Our enemy has finally been revealed. But right now
Anyway,
we have to get out of this horrible place. Figuring out the rest of the story can come after. Yeah, you're right. Well, I'm pretty sure we know who it is. Kyoko, do you still have that one thing? Monokuma's secret tool that you got from the headmaster's room.
indeed.
Of course I do. It's an absolutely vital part of ensnaring the mastermind. I would never part with it. And it can open any door in the school, right?
That's right.
Then we should be able to use that on that door, right? Hey, Kyoko! Can you use that key of yours to open this door, right?
It's true.
Let's find out. Took out the key, shoved it in the hole, and then... Ka-dink. Yes, it opened.
Indeed.
And now we can get out of here. Let's go! Sounds good. We quickly opened the door and made our escape from the garbage pit. Where are we? Finally. We are finally free. Also, did Byakuya know your plan? Did any of them know your plan? But there wasn't even time to take a breath of relief, because the real fight had just begun. Chapter 6. Ultimate pain, ultimate suffering, ultimate despair, ultimate execution, ultimate death, deadly life. After leaving the garbage pit, we found ourselves in a tunnel extending straight up like a chimney. There was a metal ladder leading up to the tunnel. This is really going to lead us to the hatch inside the garbage room. We started climbing the ladder, intent on reaching the surface. Whoa! Okay, game. The ladder was impossibly long. I couldn't even see where it ended. We climbed into darkness. The passage was so dark and cramped, I couldn't even see my own feet beneath me. I had no idea we were so far down.
Hey,
Don't lose your footing. If you slip, you won't be able to catch you. And I'm so glad you went first, and you don't get a chance to look up my skirt. Yeah, I'll be careful. But now that you said that, I'm getting kind of nervous. Maybe talking will help keep my mind off it. So, Kyoko, there's something I wanted to ask you. You said you're the ultimate detective, right? So how long have you been doing detective work? How long?
so...
Ever since I can remember. I come from a long line of detectives. Detective work is in my blood. There was a time when being a detective was considered a sacred duty. My family's always seen it that way. Then, is your family famous?
Wrong.
Quite the opposite, actually. Even among actual detectives, many people haven't heard of us. But how come? It's like your family's tradition, right? So, because we take pride in it. Pride?
Indeed.
A detective is neither light nor shadow. We represent neither justice nor evil. That is how we can uncover the absolute truth. We stand neutral in all things, and to do that, we have to stand separate from the rest of society. Which is why we've made a conscious effort to conceal our existence. Wow, conscious effort.
It's true.
It's kind of old-fashioned, and I can't say it's entirely rational. But it's our family's creed, and we do what we must to protect it. Because like I said, it's our source of pride. Pride. So that explains. Before I came here, when I was looking up info on the school online, I never saw anything about her. Because she hid herself on purpose to protect the pride of her family.
However,
And yet, I gave up some of that pride. Huh? In order to enter Host Peak, I had to reveal myself to the school. I did it knowing it was something a true Kirigiri detective would ever... Wait. It runs in your family. Was your father a detective? The headmaster? Was he investigating this whole thing undercover from the beginning? But the reason you gave up that pride, the reason you would go so far into Host Peak, is because how much you wanted to reconnect with your dad, right? There's no shame in that.
What?
Reconnect? I had absolutely no desire to reconnect with my father. Huh? But you'd be reunited after all those years, right? You would have so much to talk
Wrong.
about. There's nothing I want to talk to my father
However,
about. There is something I want to say to him, though. What?
No
matter what it takes, I have to find him and tell him face to face. What is it?
So...
I want to sever all ties with him. Sever? The last time I saw him, I was still very young, and I don't remember it myself, but apparently he was extremely intelligent. He was in the line to become the next head of the Kirigiri family. He was talented. He had a promising
However,
future. But he had no interest in detective work. Oh, okay. So he cut himself off from the family. Not long after that, my mother died, and he simply ran away. He went to my grandfather, and they had a huge argument. And young as I was, he left me behind. I'm sure there's a reason for that. I'm sure your dad wanted to take you with him.
Right.
If that's true, then I need to thank him. Thank you for leaving me. Because unlike him, I take pride in the work I do. I take pride in my family name. So every last part of me is happy he didn't take me with him. If I had gone with him, I would never have had the chance to become a detective. I was above Kyoko on the ladder, and I wasn't able to see her expression. So I couldn't tell. I couldn't see how she looked when she said that, what she might have been feeling. All I could tell is she was compared to her usual self. Tell that she was what? All I could tell was that compared to her usual self, she was more talkative and more emotional. I don't blame him, you know. He had his own life to live, and that's what anyone in my position might say, right? But it's not true.
However,
There's one thing I can never forgive. Yeah, he abandoned his kid. Really?
so...
The one way everyone else looked at me. The way everyone else ever looked at me. I was never sad about being left behind. Like I said, I think that was a good thing.
However,
When the rest of my family looked at me, they saw something different. Then they saw me as a little girl that was abandoned by her father. That's how they even see me to this day. His shadow has been following me my entire life. I'm sick of it. I need him out of my life. I need to step out of his shadow.
Correct.
That's why I have to find him and tell him we're no longer family. In order to settle the past, in order to remove him from my entire life, from my life forever. I have no doubt he forgot about me years ago. But your family, just to cut him out like that.
Wrong.
Our only connection is through blood, nothing more. We are connected by heart and soul? No.
Hey,
Is blood really enough to call someone family? I honestly can answer that question. No, it's not enough to call people family. I share blood with some people I don't call family. Only connected by blood, not by heart or soul. I was so shocked to hear her say something like that. I don't know how to respond. So instead, I said nothing. I escaped climbing the ladder in complete silence, and after I don't know how long, we finally reached the top. Open the hatch. That hatch looks bigger. Looks like this is it.
indeed.
On the other side of this door, Hope's Peak is waiting for us. We're back.
That's right.
Remember that hatch on the ground of the trash room? I'm fairly certain that's where it will come out. Yep. I unlocked it earlier, so it should open without much trouble. Well, here go nothing. I reached my right hand up and pushed against the hatch. The hatch opened with ease, and so... we're free! We need a shower. Looks like we're back. But I can't believe how long that ladder was. I'm exhausted. Can't exactly say we're safe and sound, but at least we're out of there. Now we're back at Hope's Peak Academy. Kyoko, thank you. I never would have gotten out of there without you. No thanks necessary. I was just returning the favor. Also, if you knew that this hatch, or you thought this hatch would go there, why didn't you go down the ladder and then through the door, you know, instead of right in the trash chute, although the trash chute was probably fun. I'm I'm not done talking to you. I actually really want to know, does Byakuya know you helped? So now what do we do? I'm glad I didn't die, of course, but if the mastermind finds out, I'm worried about you too. You helped me, so they might...
Listen,
You're worried? Yeah, of course.
so then,
Well, let's just get a concrete answer. Huh?
in other words,
Let's ask Makoto if there's a problem with you escaping. Wait, that's...
however,
If we try to hide, it's only a matter of time till we're found out. And then it's not like we can run away. As she said that, she pointed at a nearby surveillance camera. So you're saying rather than stressing out over getting caught, we should just give up now. Don't worry. What do you think's going to happen? What you think is going to happen isn't.
because
The mastermind is the only one that's ensnared. The mastermind is ensnared. You said something like that before. What does it mean?
so
The mastermind stood, exposed during the investigation, into Makuro's death. There was a moment where the mastermind let their guard down. There was?
right.
We can talk to Monokuma. We can confirm it. Monokuma. And it'll be better for us if we go to him directly before he tracks us down. That should help with our negotiations. Still a little, no, super uneasy about this. If we go to Byakuya, I'm gonna be so happy. But do we really have a choice, do we?
Indeed.
Monokuma should be in the gym.
Shall we go?
Let's get going. Yeah. I want to go to the gym. Can I fast travel? I'd rather just fast travel. Isn't that the gym? Gym! Let's do this. Yo, yeah, Monokuma!
Well now.
What's up, dude? Kyoko, I don't mind so much.
I don't believe it!
But Makoto is supposed to be dead. What's he doing here? That's exactly how I thought he'd react. Are we really gonna be okay?
Pum.
You were supposed to be punished. Did Kyoko help you?
What?
So what if I did? What will you do?
Shing!
If the guilty party is exposed during the class trial, they alone will be executed. It's unfortunate, but it is the rule. So now I gotta punish you again.
Angry!
And this time I won't leave anything to chance. Kyoko, do whatever you feel you have to. What?
However,
But before you do, let me just say one thing.
now,
If you execute Makoto, that means you lose. Not that that matters to you, right?
Huh?
I lose?
Hey!
You, explain yourself. What do you mean by that?
because
Well, you set up the last class trial yourself, right? I was getting in your way. You wanted an excuse to kill me.
in other words,
I was supposed to be the chosen as the blackened and then executed, right? Hey, what are you talking about?
however,
But then when Makoto chose to overlook my lie, your plan came crashing down. The results of the class trial weren't all what you were expecting. And also that leads to Byakuya. He was like, come on, anybody have an objection to what this she just said? No? No one? Okay, I guess we gotta continue. Because you never imagined that in that position, one person would protect another like that.
right.
Which is also something Byakuya would have done as well. He wouldn't have believed in people helping people. He doesn't understand that. And in response to that unexpected development,
Indeed.
you reacted by proclaiming Makoto the blackened and trying to execute him. You made the choice out of desperation. No more than that. You must have realized that Makoto, who refused to be manipulated, was a threat to you as well. Like, something happened on my second screen. I don't know what it was.
However,
But then there was another unexpected development waiting for you. An entity that would throw a wrench, just so to speak, in your precious execution machinery. Alter ego. You never imagined the possibility of being that, could come to what? You never imagined the possibility of a being that could come to our aid, even after you killed it.
am I wrong?
Now, here's the absolute truth. Makoto didn't kill Makuro. You did.
Listen to me.
So, executing Makoto for it would surely be a violation of your rules, which I know you love so much. If the Blacken is exposed, they alone will be executed. You told us that. That's what you told us, right? And that means I lose? You talk a big game. You're saying the Blacken is me and not Makoto.
Well,
And you can prove this, right?
Well,
No, I can't. Don't you say it like that. What is this? A comedy routine? To make such a bold claims without a shred of evidence?
that doesn't matter.
I don't have any right now. But with a little more time, I guarantee I'll find some.
That's right.
Because no matter how deeply you try to bury it, there is only ever one absolute truth.
boom, boom.
And now you're trying to talk like some kind of famous detective type.
Because
If Makoto really was a killer, he never would have come to you willingly like this. He would have feared for his life, feared for another execution. He would have tried to run and hide. He would have been gripped by despair you love so much to inspire.
however,
But here we are, confronting you with nothing but hope in our hearts.
What the heck?
And that's supposed to be enough to convince me in the absence of evidence?
indeed.
It's not you that I'm trying to
Hey.
convince. For a second there, I thought she was talking to, like, literal me. Well, I guess it kind of is at the same time. If you were to execute Makoto now, everyone out there watching this would be extremely displeased. Huh?
Indeed.
Imagine what everyone out there would think if you kill Makoto. They would assume that you killed him because of what he said is exactly right.
Listen to me.
Despair can never kill hope.
Hey,
Of course, you could say you were just making this all up. You're welcome to prove us wrong. No, you have no choice but to prove it. Because if you kill Makoto without proving your own innocence, you'll be accepting your own defeat. If you want to earn our despair fair and square,
that's what we have to do.
then I suggest you take my advice. So, what is this advice of yours?
It's true.
To do Makoto's trial over again, Makuro's trial over again. Only this time, you follow the school regulations to ensure a fair trial.
It's time for one last showdown. One final battle between hope and despair.
Am I at the end of the game?
Hey,
Well, that would make for a proper climax, wouldn't you say? A fair trial, one less showdown, in other words. This would be a chance to expose the true identity of Makuro's killer, the mastermind themselves. For what reason would the mastermind have to accept the challenge? They'll probably just execute me with another word. Interesting.
Barrett!
Very interesting indeed. Barry.
What's wrong?
Oh, I was getting bored, so I decided to change things up a little. So time for bear jokes. Now that you suggested might be possible, it would certainly make for one honey of a climax.
in other words,
Does that mean you accept?
You guys!
If we do things your way, that'll be enough to convince you and the viewers, right? And it would cause you unbearable despair, right? Then I pre-bared to agree to your terms. Will you hope to win out, or will my despair claim victory?
I can barely contain myself!
Let's have one final grisly showdown. He agreed. Then we still have a shot at this.
Barrett!
But this is the long-awaited climax, right? Just guessing the killer is barely a
You
fitted in.
guys!
So, for this final face-off, you'll have to unearth all the mysteries that have been buried here. All the mysteries? That's right, every last mystery that's pawing around the school. If you can do
I
that,
can barely contain myself!
then that'll be enough to qualify as a victory to
it's
you.
true.
That's what we've been trying to do all along. Okay, well, good then. Let's bear it all. If you can claw your way to the truth of Makuro's death and solve the mystery of the school,
Guys!
then you win. But if you can't do all that, we'll all face execution, right? All but Byakuya. I can barely contain my excitement. When you learn the whole truth, what kind of despair will you show me? We're all excited as you are, I'm sure.
Listen to me.
When we've uncovered every last truth, how will the ultimate despair reveal their own despair. Honestly, I can't believe how this all has turned out.
Hey,
But before we get started, I want to clarify one more thing. Do you remember the rule? When one student kills another, that's when a class trial is held.
What's wrong?
Yeah, that gives it away. That 100% gives it away. He has to follow a rule. One student kills another. So someone did kill Makuru. And it was a student. So a student is the mastermind. So what?
hey,
I just want to confirm that is what you said, right? And that is a true statement. You don't have to be so suspicious. I said it before and it bears repeating. Everything is based on the school regulations. And having a trial for Makuro is no exception to that. Huh? Makuro's trial is no exception? Then it is part of the regulations? Which would have to mean whoever killed Makuro. It's a very polarizing approach, I know, okay? But enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants. All of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students. What?
listen.
Are you telling the truth? Why do you go quiet all of a sudden?
Now I'm really angry!
I'm done talking. I've got nothing else to say. So get lost, would you? Why so mad?
Whew.
He seems emotionally unstable.
Hey!
Leave me alone. Get out of here. Okay, I'm going. You really gonna let me go?
Nyeh.
I don't even care anymore. You're all gonna get your punishment later anyway. I need to start getting it ready. A super duper extra punishment overflowing with despair.
Hey,
Come on, Makoto, let's go. All right. Yeah, a student has to kill a student. So it's one of us. One of us is the mastermind, and I believe it's Byakuya. He had that key. He could have done it all. It has to be Byakuya. Monokuma's unstable laughter seemed to cling to us as we walked away. And just like that, we were out of the gym. I could hardly believe, but somehow I ended up not getting executed. Still had my life. We still had a chance. Overall, things turned out way better than expected. Once again, I was in Kyoko's debt. Hey! Alright, we're gonna end here. Oh, man, this is so good. Do I check? Do I check? I check. I check. I check. Achievements. Oh, 83%. I mean, maybe. Maybe I can get that one. Also, I didn't really achieve the checked in this game. I need to see destroy 500. Oh, yeah, that would just happen. Oh, Sakura's close. Anyway, none of these, none of these, none of these, none of these, none of these. Finish all chapters. Okay, so we have finished all chapters. Finish school mode, finish all school mode, all the gallery, clear. Final chapter. This is the final chapter. We are in Endgame. Chapter 6, the final chapter. Okay. I think I'm going to record one more episode. My voice is kind of going, but you know what? I'm too curious. I got to keep going. But yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed hanging out with me for this episode. I hope you guys come back next time and hang out with me some more. I really am excited to see how this ends. And yeah. Till next time, you take it away, outro me. Thank you so much for watching that video, and if you liked it, make sure you give that video a like, and also comment down below, and while you're here, subscribe for more amazing content. And go check out another one of the gaming videos over on this side, and then you can click up there, right up there, boop boop, and you can subscribe, or head over to my hobbies channel over here, where you can watch me paint Optimus Prime, you know, the Transformer, more than meets the eye, over there. And also subscribe by clicking up there. And until next time, I'm ApexReaper. Y'all stay positive. Thanks for watching.